Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is December 21st, Tuesday, 2021. We are again in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades, because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider them to be the smartest money on the street, and therefore where they move the price to be the most valid price to make your buying and selling decisions from. So thank you all for coming today. I appreciate it. It's always nice to see everyone. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good trading day as well. Currently, the Dow is up a whopping 541 points, up 1.55%. The NASDAQ up a whopping 358 points, up 2.4%, and the S&P up a whopping 80 points, up 1.75%. So really big day for the bulls. So, all right, well, here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them going forward. I did have a day trade today on Apple earlier in the day that I will share with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' current positions. They're doing really nicely today. We're going to talk about when they bought them, why they bought them, and how they are performing. After that, we're going to switch gears. We're going to talk about trader psychology. The ability to create a plan and then emotionally follow your plan is the biggest skill you'll ever develop in trading. It's the one you really need to become a long-term profitable trader. So we'll spend a few minutes there. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I have 3 requirements before I look to that I need to have before I enter any new trade. First, combination confluence of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Number 2, I need a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1 based upon support below me and likely resistance above me. And then lastly, I need to have a complete trading plan regardless of the market that I'm trading, regardless of the approach that I'm using. For me, that includes the following. Number 1, position sizing based upon the market's current volatility. Number 2, knowing what my maximum allowed dollar stop is. Number 3, knowing where my emergency stop is. Number 4, knowing where my end of day stop is. Number 5, knowing where my intraday profit targets are. Number 6, knowing where significant overhead resistance levels are. And then number 7, having a good trailing stop methodology in place so that if I have a profitable trade, I don't give it all back, which is the worst. So using those 3 criteria, I will go through the end of day candidates that I have. We'll look at the multiple time frames. We'll look at the risk to rewards. We'll keep in mind clarification. And if I find something that looks good before the market closes, right before the market closes, I will go ahead and purchase it. After the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you need clarification on anything, please let me know. I'm happy to clarify. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to take a look at prior to the close, put them in the live stream. I will do my best to get to them. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please just wait until the market closes before telling me about them. And that way I'm done trading, I'm done teaching, pressure's off, and we'll get everything taken care of. All right, so that is the plan for today, everyone. I do have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, so hang tight. I'll be back in 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here. Oh, my charts went down. Gosh darn it. Always the fun thing about running a live podcast with technology, everyone. Let me see if I can get this to come back up. I sure hope so. It's going to be hard to do the podcast without this. So everyone cross their fingers on 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's see if it will work. We will know shortly. First on deck is Lava. Good to see you, Lava. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. There's my friend Nigma. Hello. Hi, Lava. Hi, everyone. Good to see you, Nigma. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you being here. There's Benny Peters again. Good to see you, Benny. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate that. Paxton says, hello, Greg and everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you, Paxton. I appreciate that. Thank you to you and Tracy for everything that you do for this channel. I really mean it. Nigma says, did Doc go under 30 over 30 RSI? Well, I just have to wait for a second here to see if my charts come back up, and then we will look exactly at that. DocuSign, DOCU. I believe I looked at this earlier. So currently it's up 4.48%. Let's see how low this got this morning. Oh yeah, I think it did go under. It went about 29.98. So yes, it did go under, did go over. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly's okay. I'm concerned about this big bar, but it could go up another 30 points before it gets to that resistance level. So yes, it did go under 30 over 30. There's Rod R. Good to see you, Rod. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Trace, good to see you. Hope you and Paxton are doing well. Hello, Greg and Gossett. Johnson says, hi, Greg. Good evening, all. Nice to see you, Johnson. Appreciate you being here. Khalid is here. Good to see you, Khalid. Hi, everyone. And Frank is here. Good to see you, Frank. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel, buddy. You know, I really appreciate it. All right, let's get to it. Take a look, get started. Karen and I did buy ASAN back here on the 17th with the close under, close back over the 200. I like this because of the sideways motion. We bought here at 74.07. It's 80.30. It's up 5% just today. And on the trade, it's up 8.21%. Pretty good. No profit target. First profit target's 81.42. So it's going to have to go up $1.12 in order to get there. But if it does, you'll hear the ding. And yeah, up over 8% on this trade. Really nice. DIA, AVA, Dynamic Duo, Karen and I did buy DIA, Dow Jones Industrial, with an intraday rejection of the 200. Where is my price? Well, I guess this was it right here. That sounds about right. 35.80 moved up beautifully, held the end of day stop of the 200, moved my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. Then I go into trailing stop mode. I did sell half up here at 357.34. Move sideways. Of course, if it moves up on any particular day, if it moves up 0.45 ATRs from the previous day's close, I go ahead and take partial profits. So anytime it has a nice move up, I am taking profits. Came back down yesterday, bounced right at the 200. This is a great example of a bounce at the 200. If it had closed under, I would have gotten out, but I stayed in. Two profit targets today, one at 351.65 and one at 354.02. This particular trade up 1.52% on the day, and on the trade up 2.51% as well. SPY had a really nice overnight SPY trade, although yesterday's was a really bad one. But I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it first thing in the morning. I bought it at 454.98 and sold it at 458.60. So almost 4 points on the trade. So nice going there. And then XLE, Leva, Mike C, Karen and I, we had a nice trade, double bottom, bullish divergence, intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Bought this at 52.95. This is the Energy Select ETF, up 3% today. Hit one profit target at 53.80 and another one at 54.90. So up 3.06% today on the day and about the same on the trade. And then I did have day trade on Apple today earlier in the day, right at the open, and it was a good one. Here we go. It gapped up. It got to the 250-day moving average. It was really extended. I mean, it was up past the third, fourth, 4.5 ATR channel. As it approached the 250, I shorted at 172.07, which means I want it to go down. It immediately went down. That's what happens in the mornings. You get these big fast moves. So I shorted at 172.07. I covered at 171.19. I also covered some here at 170.93. Covered some more, 170.70. And then when it got back into the value zone, that was enough for me. Most of the time it's going to bounce. It kind of did before it headed a little bit lower, and I covered the rest at 170.14. So I shorted at 172.07, covered at 171.19, covered at 170.70, excuse me, and then the rest at 170.14. So really good trade there. Very grateful for that. And that was about it in the day trading department here. Ava is here. Nice to see you, Ava. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you for everything you do for this channel. Frank says, I just use your ending to do something nice. Rules in a traffic situation. Oh, I'm so glad, Frank. I'm so glad that you did that. And what Frank's talking about is my little end of day spiel where I say, go out and do something nice for somebody today. But sincerely, thank you, Frank, for doing that. I'm sure the person on the other side of that appreciated it. And I imagine it made you feel pretty good as well. Okie dokie, Smokey, here we go. Ava and Karen did buy Apollo Medical Holdings with a nice intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average and a V1. Bought here at 69 even. It's 70.51, up 6.06% on the day, and on the trade, up 2.2%. Really, really nice. Way to go, Ava, and way to go, Karen. AGQ, we have Ava, Karen, and Leva buying AGQ. I believe I'm a little mixed up on these entry points. I have one here at 32.59. It's 32.54. It's up nicely, up 2.68% today. But it looks like if that's the correct entry price, down about 5 cents. But I'm sure Ava, Karen, and Leva are glad for the nice reversal that we had on AGQ. FSR, Dynamic Duo, bought FSR with an intraday rejection of the 250 at 16.15. It is 17.03. It's up 2.78% today, which is nice. And on the trade, up 3.35. Way to go. Twitter, we have, okay, Love is in at 43.13, and I believe Ava is as well. Yeah, 43.13 a couple days ago on the 17th, higher low V1, bought at 43.13. It's 44.19. It's up 2.97% today. And on the trade, up 2.31%. And I'm glad Twitter's up as well because I do have a weekly trade, but I'll share that on Friday. GLF. Dynamic Duo, nice bounce at the 200-day moving average at 35.36. It's 36.32. It's up 3.09% today. And on the trade, up 2.59. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Tel, big day for Tel. Frank bought Tel all the way back here on the 15th at 279. It is 306. That's up 8.13% today. Frank is up 8.82% on the trade. So let's give Frank a hand. That's a beauty. Cube, we have Leva buying the higher low V2 on Cube at 54.91. Up big today, but then a reversal. But nonetheless, down 0.7% today on the day, but up on the trade, 1.12. So nothing to sneeze at there. Berkshire Hathaway, glad to see that. Going back up for Ava. Ava nailed it down here with an intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average at 277.50. Had this huge move up. My goodness, just beautiful. Had a little bit of a pullback, but it is up 1.13% today. And Ava is up on this trade 5.26%. So congratulations to Ava. PayPal. Oh, this is a weekly trade. Disregard. Goldman Sachs is also a weekly trade. Yep. On my list today. ARK, we have Steve and Karen buying ARK under 30, over 30, bullish engulfing bar. V1 bought here at 95.67. It's 97.90. It's up nicely, 3.35% today. And on the trade, Steve and Karen are up 2.23%. So that's a beauty, eh? FCX, oh, no, that's weekly. AVTR, Dynamic Duo, higher low V2, 520 crossover, bought at 39.77. It is up 3.8% today, up 3.8 on the day, and on the trade, up 3.09. So beautiful trade. I was talking about the Dynamic Duo with a friend of mine the other day, and just telling them how proud I am and how impressed I am at what they've been doing with their trading. And they started out new. That's the thing. They started out new. They didn't know a double bottom from a triple top, right? You know, and so very proud of you, Tracy. Very proud of you, Paxton. I always brag about you guys when I run into someone that knows you. And then lastly, we have Facebook. We have Karen and Ava. Ava's in at 332. Karen is in at, I believe, 337.17. So it is up 2.89% on the day. It has a higher low V2 close above the 200-day moving average. That's a pretty good signal there just by itself. And so it looks like Ava's a little up on the trade. Karen's a little down on the trade, but it's up 2.89% today, regardless. All right, so ASAN has not hit its profit target, but it's up nicely, up over 8% on the trade. DIA doing great, 2 profit targets. SPY had the nice overnight gapper. We'll be buying that again today at the close, hoping for the same result. And XLE doing really great, up 3.17% today on the first day, and really did bounce at the 200-day moving average, which I am grateful for. Nigma says dip buy on NVAX. Almost 200 is 193.71. Yeah, we're 193.75. So that's going to be a photo finish there for sure. I like that it happened in the value zone. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's okay. I mean, there's a V1 to the downside. We've lost the 50 SMA. We are holding the 50 RSI. So not too bad. I don't like that it's down on a big up day though. That's one thing to consider. Kamal is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate everything that you do for this channel. I know everyone else feels the same way. Hope you're having a good day, and always appreciate your friendship, bud. Karen is here. Hi, everyone. Good to see you, Karen. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you are feeling better. Ava says, I was out of Facebook yesterday for a loss. All right. Well, that's a bummer. But that is part of this business, isn't it? All right, so I think we still have Karen in there with the half position. Frank has a poem. Sweet. Let's read this bad boy. Let me paste this over here. Bump. And bump. bump, and bump. Feed the market beast by getting rid of the stocks that perform least. A well-running engine needs oil and grease. A portfolio occasionally needs a new lease. Sounds like my truck. I have an old truck and it needs a little bit of a new lease. Let's read it again. Feed the market beast by getting rid of the stocks that perform least. A well-running engine needs oil and grease. A portfolio occasionally needs a new lease. And it's true. I've used this analogy a bunch of times, but your portfolio is like your garden. Let your winners grow, nourish them, take care of them, but your losing trades are weeds. And if you get too many losing trades or too many big losing trades, it's going to smother the rest of your flowers and the rest of your vegetables, or in other words, it's gonna take away from all the profitable trades that you have. So keep that garden free of weeds. That's the thing. Or in other words, get out quickly when you're wrong, be patient when you're right, and let your garden flourish. Great poem, Frank. Thank you so much. Ava says, nice one, Frank. I agree. Leva wants to look at MMC. I think I have MMC on my list. Do I? I do. So I have that on the list, Leva. We'll get to that in a sec. Karen says, thank you, Frank. Mike C says, good afternoon, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Michael. Hope you're doing well. Hope the family's doing well. Really do. All right. So let's see what's happening here. All right, that's all a little better. Let's see. Oh, that's nice there. And that's pretty sweet there. Okay. Let me grab a drink. Okay. Mike says, very relatable, Frank, as always. Thank you. I agree. All right, let's talk a little bit about trader psychology now, shall we? As you know, the ability to create a plan, follow your plan, and have the emotional fortitude to do it, that is your biggest skill in trading. You know, I have a lot of Facebook, Twitter channels that I like to follow. I like to read their posts. I like to share with the group. This is from Akil Stokes at Akil Stokes RTM. Great channel over on Twitter. He's a stock educator, really, really good. I always read his post, and he offers some really good services. So check him out at Akil Stokes RTM. This is him with his 2 kids, it looks like. And let's see what Akil has to say. I always tell traders that we will see what we want to see in the markets, and that is if we want to do something bad enough. Either buy or sell, get in or out, will eventually create a reason to do so. This is what happens when you don't have a plan or the discipline to follow it. And he's quoting here from Mark Douglas. Of course, you guys know Mark Douglas, or if you don't, you should. One of my favorite trading books in the world is Trading in the Zone. Not so much on technicals and entries and exits, but more the mind, which is the most important skill. And Trading in the Zone, you can get it on YouTube. The whole book, the whole audio book is free. So do yourself a favor. If you have not read it, please do yourself a favor and read it. But let's see what Mark Douglas has to say. Everything that you can do wrong as a trader is a result of what you're afraid of and the effects the fear has on your perception of market information. So it's basically what Akil's saying. If you have an idea, if you have a bias towards something, any little pattern is going to confirm that bias for you as far as if you want to get in, if you want to get out, you're going to see what you want to see. So like Akil says, I always tell traders that we will see what we want to see in the markets, and that if we want to do something bad enough, buy or sell, get in or out, we'll eventually create a reason to do so. That is what happens when you don't have a plan or the discipline to follow it. The takeaway here, everyone, create a plan. There are a lot of different ways to trade, lots of different ways. And one's not better than the other. It just is better for a particular personality. That's the key. You have to find a trading approach that works well for you. That's why I like deep dip buys. I like small risk to reward, or good risk to rewards. I like to phase out as the market goes up. You know this, right? But one more time from Mark Douglas. Everything that you can do wrong as a trader as a result of what you're afraid of and the effects the fear has on your perception of the market, by Mark Douglas. So please go support Akil Stokes at Akil Stokes RTM. Check out what services he has. He's a great trading coach, been posting for years. Means that he's serious, he's in this. And also, of course, thanks the late Mark Douglas for a great book. And if you have not read Trading in the Zone, please do yourself a favor and read it. All right. Hey, there's Steve Burns. Good to see you, Steve. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I always appreciate you being here. I know everyone else does as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you, Holly, and the dogs are all doing well. So let's see. It's about 1:27. So have a lot to look at today. There's a lot of things going on here. So let's take a gander, shall we? Amazon. Okay, well, Amazon's been a little tough lately with the under 200s, over 200s. We had a rejection here, worked out for a minute, then had a close below. We have a close under, close back over the 200. We also have a close under the 250, back over the 250. This is reliable. This is a legitimate entry. I like the sideways motion. It's tested these lows here 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Doesn't mean it can't go back down there, but it has tested it. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly has rejected the 50 SMA. That seems to be a level that the market is respecting. We're a 49.71. Probably did reject the 50 on the weekly here already. Let's see. Yep. So that's a little concerning to me. It earlier in this week, it was above 50. Now it has rejected it. Doesn't mean that it has to keep doing that. But this is a legitimate entry with the close under, close back over, and I do like the addition here of the sideways motion. So that one is a potential as well. Alibaba has a higher low V2. We closed below the value zone. We came into the value zone. We pulled back. Here's a V2. Here is day 1. Here is day 2. Here is day 3. 2 goes below 2. 3 is above day 1's close here. The close is 122.10. So that one is a possibility as well. 122.10. MACD is green, which of course I like. Let's take a look over at the weekly and see what the weekly's showing us. Weekly's running into resistance of this -2 ATR channel. We're stuck right in the halfway there. That is a touch concerning to me. So I am going to take Alibaba off. Citigroup, under 30, over 30, under the -3rd, over the -3rd. It has rejected the 5 EMA. It untriggered the V2. If we look over on the weekly, it's finding resistance at the 100-day moving average. So I don't like that. I will be taking that off as well. VIPS has an under 30, over 30, and a V2. There's no double bottom with the bullish divergence here because we do not have any green in the middle. If we go to the weekly, under 30, over 30, not too bad there. Actually, on the weekly, I like it quite a bit. 7.99 million shares traded. It's an $8 stock. I think I'm going to pass on that. VIAC, Viacom, does have a double bottom with a bullish divergence. Here we have a low, we rally, and on the first low we have the deep red MACD bars. We rally, we come back down, we test the low without any red MACD bars. That's a good sign, and it does have an under 30, over 30. So that is legitimate. On the weekly, we are holding the negative third ATR channel, so that one looks fairly good. Steel Dynamics has a higher low close back above the 200-day moving average. MACD is positive. If we look over on the weekly, weekly is okay. It's in the value zone. It held halfway of the big up week bar that we had there, came back down. That one is pretty good on first blush. Lululemon, if you like Lululemon, nice under 200, close over 200, under 30, over 30, looks good actually. If we look at the weekly, we've rejected the negative 50-week SMA, so that also looks good to me. We'll have to narrow these down. Billy, under 30, over 30, not a V2. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly holding the negative 2 ATR channel. Looks pretty good. We'll put this one in the potential category. MMC, we have a return to value. We make a lower high, but we wash out the low. And then we have a V2. Here is day 1, 2, 3. 2 washes out 1. 3 is above day 1's close. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly's holding the negative 1 ATR channel. That looks fairly good as well. FCX has a 520 crossover in the value zone. There was a lot of sideways motion here, but then there was down and up and down and up. That's a little concerning to me. I'd like more sideways motion. I think I'll let that one go. TEF, higher low V2, close under 30, over 30, under the 50, over the 50, plus a 520 crossover, and it's above the 50-week moving average. That's all good. It's a $4 stock. I think that is, I'm going to let that one go because of that. Another one, Clove, nice sideways motion, up 3.21% today, under 30, over 30. MACD is positive. Let's look over at the weekly. Weekly's holding the negative 1 ATR channel. I like this pattern. I like this setup. I just don't like the $4 price tag. So I'm going to let that one go as well. STNE, Stone, under 30, over 30. Beautiful double bottom here with the bullish divergence. Oh, nope, I'm sorry. That's not true. We did not test this low. I think I'll let that one go as well. Goldman Sachs, we have a close under, close back over the 200-day moving average, and a false breakout to the downside, and a double bottom with a bullish divergence. That all looks pretty good. I already have Goldman Sachs as a short up here from 407, so I won't be taking that, but that is a legitimate entry. Close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. Love, Southwest Airlines having a big day, up 3.68% today, under 30, over 30, under the rejection of the negative third ATR channel. This one seems a little chasey to me at 36.99. If we look over at the weekly, it's finding resistance at the negative 2 ATR channel, so I am going to let that one go as well. Boeing having a big day here today. Double bottom, bullish divergence, and a V2. I don't think I'm going to chase this one. We're back in the value zone. My guess is, not my guess, but my preference would be if we had a bit of a pullback, retested the negative 1 ATR channel, look for a higher low V1, V2. That's where I would be interested in buying Boeing. But it is a double bottom with the bullish divergence, and it does have a trigger of a V2. So it could keep going. I just don't know. True. Double bottom, bullish divergence. Again, it's a nice signal. Double bottom, bullish divergence, and a V2. I think I'm just going to let this one go though because it's a $3 stock. And then Disney, higher low V2. Although when this V2 happened, we had a big gap here, larger than a quarter ATR. So I am going to let that one go as well. So right now I'm looking at potentially Amazon with the close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. VIAC double bottom, bullish divergence, and a V2, no, excuse me, under 30, over 30. It did untrigger the V2, so I think I'm going to take that one off just for that reason. STLD, higher low, close back above the 200-day moving average. MACD is positive. Weekly, it's okay. I do like Lululemon here with the under 200, over 200, under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, and on the weekly, it's holding. It held the 50 SMA, holding the 50 EMA, so that looks good. BILI also looks good, but not as good as some of the others, so I'm going to take that off. And then MMC, what I don't like is that right now the close is below the open. That is what I do not like on this Marsh and McLennan leva. It is a return to value, nice sideways motion, lower high, but we washed out the low, triggered here. I mean, it is up today, not too much. It is holding the 50, holding the 5 EMA and the 10 and the 1 ATR channel on the weekly. Yeah, I think I'm going to let that one go. But it is a good setup. I just think the other ones look better, at least for me. At least for me. So here we go. Amazon is a potential. Of course, you're buying Amazon with a good risk to reward ratio. Up 1.73%. STLD, higher low V2, and then Lulu. I do like Lulu with the under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, under 200, over 200. So those are going to be my three potentials here today. Amazon, STLD, and Lulu. And we'll just have to look at them as we get closer. ASAN, current positions, doing great. Nothing I have to do there. It'd be nice if it hit the profit target. DIA, everything looks fine there. 2 profit targets there today. SPY off of its high right now. Did reject the 50 RSI, by the way. And then XLE doing really, really well. So what are my three? Amazon, STLD, and Lulu. Amazon, STLD, and Lulu. All right, so we'll just watch those as we get closer to the end of the day, and I'll try to narrow those bad boys down. Tracy says CLH. Clean Harbors. 359,000 shares traded. I don't like that as much. We're at a 37 RSI, Tracy. That's a little high for me, honestly. Let's see. I know I'm not going to be able to backtest this, and I will prove it to you. Let's see. CLH, right? Oh, come on, buddy. And I'm using ETFreplay.com here. Really great back testing program that I use, and I am using it by permission. Let's see. We'll put in there the 250, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to back test that. I don't know if, yeah, I can't. So I don't know if anyone else can back test that. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is finding resistance trace at that 50 SMA. So without a back test, I would be leery to buy this. Low volume. Yes, Tracy says KL has a 520 crossover. It does. And a close above the 200-day moving average. Let's see if we can back test that one. KL. No, it's bringing up, it's just KL, right? KL. Yep, I don't have that one either, unfortunately. But it does have a 520 crossover. MACD is positive. We have We retested the 200-day moving average. If we look at the weekly, weekly's above 50 RSI. I think it looks good. Ava says Facebook retested 50-week moving average. Let's take a look. Yeah, Facebook definitely could be a decent one here today as well. V2, it's struggling. It's above the moving average. Is the 200 is 333.21. We're at 333.41, so it is holding. That's for sure. And but it did untrigger the V2. All right, I have to take care of something. I think we have enough time. Just give me a couple minutes. I'll be back. Okay. Let me clear up a little of this nonsense over here. Little nonsense going on over here today. Oh, that's good. Okay. And clear this up as well. And over here. All right. And this over here. And that over there. Okay. And probably this here. And that. All right, I think we're in good shape now. All right. All right. Sorry, everybody. I just have to take care of a little business here. Okay, now I think we're good. I think we are good. All right, let's get back to business. Okay, Steve says KL, the 520 back test, has a 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio and a 33% win rate. So it wins 5 times more than it loses, but it only wins 33% of the time. And that was on KL, right? KL. Yep. 520 crossover, retested the 200. MACD is positive. What's gold doing here? How we doing on time? 15 minutes? Huh. So gold's down and Kirkland Gold is up. All right, so Amazon still holding the 200-day moving average, but off of its highs, but giving a better risk to reward ratio. STLD. MACD is positive. Did we reject the 50 RSI today? Doesn't matter, but I do figure it in. No, not quite. Volumes, okay. and Lululemon. I think I like Lulu the best here. Good risk to reward ratio, triple rejection of the third ATR, negative third ATR channel, 30 RSI, quadruple, 250 and 200. Yeah, I think I like Lulu the best. Glenn, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you for everything you do for this channel, especially with all your seasonal patterns. That's really a nice addition. Glenn says Microsoft and Google are 5 and 5. 5 out of 5 up in January period over the last 5 years. Well, that's a pretty good track record for sure. What's Google? I mean, we know Google's up today, right? It is. Not like anything crazy though, but you could use that. It is a V2. And a false breakout to the downside. Here is day 1, here is day 2, here is day 3. 2 washes out 1, 3 closing above day 1's close. Washed out this low here. Did we reject the 50? I don't think we probably did. No, we didn't. Double bottom bullish divergence as well. That could have room to run. Glenn says Steve Burns is up 5 out of 5 in December over the last 5 years. Hey, there you go. Let's buy Steve stock. Steve, what's your ticker symbol, buddy? SB? All right, so ASAN doing fine, doing great, no change there. DIA off of its highs, but 2 profit targets. SPY definitely off of its highs as well. Did reject a 50 RSI, something to consider. XLE doing great, doing fantastic. Amazon is my potential here, up 1.55%. It is underperforming the NASDAQ index, something to consider. STLD. Higher low, close back above the 200. Let's see if we can backtest STLD. I don't think we're going to be able to, though. STLD. That's a no thank you. It does not. And then Lulu. Let's backtest Lulu. LU, LU. And that was... let's see, off of the 200. Okay. Let's backtest that. Yeah, that backtest well. Yeah, I like Lulu today, everyone. That's what I'm going to be buying. I'm going to buy Lulu. I have some Lululemon pants that a friend of mine bought. I think I've worn them every day for like the last 10 years. Same with my truck. I don't buy new stuff. I use money to trade, right? That's what I use money for. So Lululemon looks like it's going to be the winner today for me. Doesn't mean it's going to go up. I can guarantee you that, but we'll be positive about it. All right, there's a 25-cent spread on Lulu, by the way. Something to keep in mind. I'm going to go ahead and try to middle this. See if I can get it. Yep, I don't like that. How quick that was. And 64, we'll do it again. 440, 26. What is that? 15. Oh, decimal point would help. Okay, I did buy Lululemon. That was Lulu right there, and I did middle it. Okay. LOL, SJ Burns. There you go, SJB. Tracy said, that's funny, Glenn. Steve says, my new Matic trade is up 5.99% so far. That's a crypto. Very nice, Steve. Congratulations. I think you took that on the 510 crossover. Steve says, undercover millionaires aren't flashy. They trade their money. They don't wear it. Well, that's true. That's 100%. I am fully on board with that. And Glenn says, Steve, KL is up 5 out of 5 in December as well. Oh, well, that's good to know for, what was that? That was Tracy, right? Yep. All right. So I did buy Lulu. And that's it. All right. So it looks like the queues are running here at the end of the day after that temporary pullback. Wow. Wowzers. All right. I think we are good here. And over here. Okay. Well, that was a lot of work. All right. So I did buy Lulu. Look at this huge bar up last 5 minutes. My gosh, and now a little bit of a pullback. Where should it hold? Probably the halfway, but we don't know for sure. Right about there. Frank says, I only buy Western style clothing. Steve, I like Western clothing. I was just mentioning that. All right, so ASAN's doing great. No change. Holding. DIA doing great. No change. Holding. SPY, we'll be buying that at the close. And then XLE doing great. Up 2.83% today. Looks like everything's making highs here. All right. We have about 2 minutes to go. Oh, DDM has a 1030 crossover from Steve. So that's a DDM 1030 crossover, 1030 EMA crossover. Let's go over to that chart. Oh, no, don't tell me. All right. So my charts did their thing. Gosh dang it. No, I'm safe. Is this the 1030? 10. I don't see it. But anyway, so Steve says we have a 1030 crossover on DDM, which is double leveraged Dow. All right, 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go, everyone. Yep, everything making a high on the day. Yep, Apple racing on up there. False breakout to the upside now. And that's it. That's the market for today. So let's take a look, see where everything was bought. Overnight SPY was bought at 463.06, and Lulu was bought at 384.15. So all right, so the overnight SPY trade for today was bought at 463.06. Oh, I did not get that great of a fill there. What's going on with that? And then Lulu was purchased at 384.15. So not a good fill there either. 384.15. All right. All right. We'll get rid of STLD. So listen, if anyone has any of my students that is have any updates for me today, if they have any new entries or exits for me up on the board, this would be the time to go ahead, type them in there. I'll get them all updated. Just real quick, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a 15-hour course, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. In that course, I teach you everything I know about trading. I teach you step by step how to trade all 5 of the different approaches that I have been using for the last 25 years. It's a great course. It's very important to me that my students succeed. I've had students from all over the world. I think the best way to learn anything is one-on-one, and that's why I provide the lessons in this format. It does cost $1,750. I know it sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but it is worth every penny, especially for you to be able to learn a skill that you can use the rest of your life. So if you are interested, all you have to do to start the process is send me an email. The email's in the link of this YouTube video. In the subject, just say, hey, Greg, potentially interested in looking at your course. I'll say, great. I'll reply and say, let's set up a Skype call. The Skype call is free. It is not a sales call. All I want to do is talk to you, find out more about you, your trading, your challenges, your goals. It's a good time for you to ask me any specific questions about the course. And then we're done with the call. Think about it as long as you want. You get back to me. If you wake up one morning and you decide, hey, today's the day, I really do want to learn this and I want to take Greg's course, just email me back. We'll get it scheduled. We'll get it set up and we'll be off and going. Number two, I have a really good online video course available at udemy.com. The link is in the description of this YouTube video. The course is called The Deep Dip by Stock Trading Strategy. It's a great strategy. I use it all the time. Monthly bars, weekly bars, daily bars, intraday bars. I teach you step by step exactly how to use it. I have such good reviews on that course from people all over the world, such great feedback. And if you're starting to trade and you're just starting to take a look at it, I just cannot think of a better thing for you to take that costs $12 or $15. And don't let the low price fool you. There's 9.5 hours of video. There are 26 videos total. There's 15 study guides. You're going to learn a lot about trading and step by step. So do yourself a favor. The link's in the description of this YouTube video. Lastly, if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. And so, yeah, if you found something valuable here today, and I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button before you click on out of here. Okay, let's take a look and see who did what today. Steve is long, DDM. All right, so we'll put Steve over here with DDM at, what do we get in at, Steve? 76.44. Okay, very good. And I'll make a note up here that this is Steve with the 1030 EMA cross. Okay. Kamal, no trades. Lova says no exit. Lulu. Okay, so we're in Lulu. Thanks for giving us that trade, Lova. Appreciate that. Ava is also in Lulu. Frank says no trades. I want to end the year in a good place. Sounds good to me. Tracy Hall is in KL. Okay. Dynamic duo. I like that, Frank. Also in CRM. Yeah, that looks good as well. Okay, dynamic duo and CRM. Looks like a good spot to buy it. And out of DIA on profit targets. Well, that's a good way to get out when you run out of profits, or when you run out of shares. Perfect. Dr. Jorgensen says, cold and overcast in the city of fun. Indoor sports today. Have a great hike. Thank you, Bruce. Appreciate that, bud. I will call you later, and we will catch up on everything. Jonathan is in Lulu. Okay. All right, let's see what's happening after hours. Well, Apple's up 10 cents. ASAN is up 3 cents. The Dow up 17. Lulu up 14. Merck is up. Have a position in Merck. Southwest Airlines down. The SPY is up 12 cents. All right. All right, Wiener Dog is in Lulu. That's Karen. In FCX. Okay. right. And then now reloaded with Facebook. All right. Oh, okay. I got you. So I'm just going to bring you over here off of the 200. Good risk to reward ratio. Take this off the board. Nice. I like that, Karen. I like that. Good risk to reward ratio there for sure. Okay. Anyone else? So while you're thinking about it, Frank mentioned this earlier, but this is the little saying that I like to go over every day from Martin Kornfeld. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. By Martin Kornfeld. Frank actually went out and did it, did something nice in traffic. If we all did something nice for someone each day, just no matter how small, just, you know, an act of kindness, just taking in consideration the other person or the feelings or what they're going through, helping them out. I think it would make the world a better place. And of course, I'm an animal lover. So if you could go out, do something nice for an animal today as well, I would personally appreciate that. They appreciate love and kindness just like we do. And, you know, I think if you go out and you do this every day, one nice thing for a human, one nice thing for an animal, I really believe one day it's going to come back to you. So please keep that in mind. So big day up today. My goodness. 560 points, 360 points. And wow, that rocket at the end was unbelievable on that 5-minute bar. Let's take a little gander at that one. It was like a rocket ship. Look, I mean, it was just heading down. Lower highs, lower lows. Shoop, right back on up there. Lovis says, thank you for everything, Greg. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Sun outside, snow. I'm going to put my hiking boots on and go for a hike. I am teaching tonight. So Sebastian, Steve, you're out there. I'm looking forward to that. And that's at what, 6 p.m., right? Yeah. Okie dokie, Smokey. Jonathan says, cheers, guys. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Congratulations, everyone, on a nice trading day. And we'll see if we can keep this going till the end of the year. It'd be nice. Kind of like Frank's move there. He's happy with his results for the year, and I think he's just kind of waiting it out. Not too bad. Not too bad. Tracy says, thanks for everything, guys. Thank you, Tracy. Hope you and Paxton are doing well. And, yeah, if anyone has any other questions, anything I can help you with, you know, if you don't mind, if you remember that thumbs up button before you get out of here, I would really appreciate that if you could. Man, that was a rocket ship bar up. Holy Hannah. It has been a wild one. It has been wild over the last month. My gosh. I mean, look at the cues. Up and down and way back up. Back over the 50. That's a good sign. We double tested this low here. Ava says, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you as always, Ava. We all appreciate you. Such a great trader, such a good technical analyst, and very proud of you, Ava. All right. Well, I think that's probably it for today, everyone. On the way out, I have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer again. And please have a good day. Be good, be safe, drive safe, do something positive, think positive thoughts, do something nice for someone. And I'll just leave you off with those words. All right. So take care, everyone. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.